The story follows two brothers, Jinpei and Kanta, who live on the island of Shikotan. Weeks before the end of World War II, on August 15, 1945, Soviet soldiers land on Shikotan and occupy the island. Jinpei and Kanta, who live with their grandfather, a fisherman, and their father, the head of the firefighting force of the village, are forced to move to the St. Abels while the Russian commander's family, among them the commander's daughter Tanya, move into the main house. At school, Russian children occupy half the building, and Tanya and the other Russian kids begin to mingle with the Japanese children at recess. After a playground jostle makes Jinpei bump into Tanya, they become friends and the two brothers are subsequently invited to Tanya's house for dinner. The brother's uncle, Hideo, asks Jinpei to light signal fires at night so that he can make trips to the main island for rations as they are running low on rice. Meanwhile, their father, Tatsuo, with the help of their school teacher, Sawako, secretly supplies the rest of the village with foodstuff from the Don Corps emergency stores. When Hideo finds out about this, he tries to smuggle the food to sell outside the island, but gets caught instead. Tatsuo rushes to the cave where the Don Corps supplies are kept and gets arrested. On September 25, 1947, the Japanese on the island are made to assemble at the harbor to be sent back to the mainland. Jinpei and Kanta set out with Sawako, while their grandfather chooses to stay behind, determined to spend his last moments on the sea. The three are reunited with Hideo while boarding the ship, and arrive at an internment camp at Moka, in western Karafuto, a few days later, where they wait for the ship that will take them back to Japan. Hideo finds out that Tatsuo is alive and at another internment camp on the other side of the mountains, just a stone's throw away. Kanta, taking his words literally, sets out to meet his father, aided by Jinpei. Sawako and Hideo track the two down the next day, and to Hideo's surprise, Sawako decides to visit Tatsuo's camp as well. The four of them drive to a pillbox where they spend the night. But in the morning they spot Soviet soldiers who've managed to track them down, and Hideo runs ahead as a decoy while Sawako and the children make their escape. The trio are able to make their way to the internment camp holding Tatsuo, where they have a tearful farewell, with Tatsuo promising he'll find a way to reunite with them no matter what. However, as they try to return, Kanta suddenly falls extremely ill and they are caught by the camp guards. The warden arranges for the trio to be sent back to the harbor by truck, but Kanta succumbs to his illness en route. Jinpei and Sawako reunite with Hideo at the harbor where they line up to board the ship back to Japan. Jinpei keeps talking to Kanta about the story of the night on the Galactic Railroad, to fool the guards into thinking Kanta is still alive so they won't dispose of his body. As he talks, Jinpei has a vision of Kanta's spirit riding a ghostly train up into the stars. 56 years later, Sawako and Jinpei return to Shikotan and pay their respects at Tatsuo and Kanta's graves. Jinpei's school holds a graduation ceremony for those who never managed to have it, and a blonde girl, Tanya's granddaughter, approaches Jinpei at dinner. She hands him a notebook containing one of Jinpei's sketches of Tanya, and Jinpei gives her his old copy of Night on the Galactic Railroad in return. Jinpei is saddened to learn that Tanya had died a year earlier. The Russian hosts then begin to play music and the partygoers, both Russian and Japanese, begin to dance. Tanya's granddaughter invites Jinpei to dance with her, and the scene morphs to the spirits of Shikotan's original residents dancing with each other among the stars.